It's extra butter time! Secret Life of Pets was the #1 highest grossing opening weekend of an original animated title ever. What did I just say? I don't know, but will Secret Life of Pets be able to duplicate it with its sequel? We'll find out. Also, Rocketman didn't win the box office, but it will win the awards. Taron Egerton is the man we're looking for. He'll stop by to talk about it. And the last black man in San Francisco is not Danny Glover, but he's in it. He's stopping by too. That and more on this edition of Extra Butter. It's where we talk about movies pretty much the way you talk about movies. Me and them.
Where's Steph? He's over there.
There's Steph. It's the world famous Steph Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. The world famous Kelly Savannah Deaton and Maria Gloria Maria. Hello.
Hello.
I have missed all of you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you didn't miss us.
No.
You didn't miss us.
What
You went to
if?
Star
You weren't
Wars
even
without
thinking
us.
about us. That's messed
What
up.
they're trying to say is I went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for a
We
special
know.
last week.
Yeah.
and
We
didn't
know,
have you.
yeah.
All right, you guys, moving on. Look, we need to get to Godzilla
I knew
because I
it.
was Star Warsing at Disneyland last week. I didn't get to see it, so I'm going to lean on all of you for Godzilla reviews.
There's a Godzilla movie?
I got nothing.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I
right.
know there's a Godzilla movie.
About that movie, ladies and
Explain.
gentlemen, to review Godzilla, King of the Monsters, it's these guys. This is Big Jim Hall. Jim, if you'd introduce everybody.
Yeah, we got Toby here, we got Joseph and Darren, all from Big Mountain Heating and Air. They're my posse.
So you guys, you spent some money at a charity auction that allowed you to come on Extra Butter. So it was the Children's Miracle Network and more specifically UC Davis Children's Hospital. What do the kids mean to you?
Oh, kids mean everything. I mean, they're our future. If we don't take care of the kids now, we're not going to have any future.
Nice.
Amen.
guys.
All right.
Preach. All right, I have a question.
Yes.
What did you guys think about the movie?
You know, I loved it. It was absolutely monstrous, if I can put it that way. I didn't go see this movie for great plot. I went to see kind of like a WWE Battle Royal
Yeah.
of
Well done.
giant monsters, and it absolutely delivered.
That's the
What
selling
makes this
point?
different, like than the original Godzilla?
Boy, I tell you, when
and
it
stuff
comes
like
to action, you know, it took 60 seconds once the movie began to see Godzilla in all of its full glory.
I love
60
that.
seconds
Love
in. And from there on, it was like a lot of mano-a-mano battle. And
that. Getting in.
That voice, I could listen to him all day long. By the way, before you guys leave, I have to show you something, a dramatization. Let's show Big Jim Hall shown actual size. Maria, do you mind standing up for a moment?
oh no.
Well,
That's why he's reviewing Godzilla right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, give him a big round of applause. Thank you guys. What are you going to go see now?
Rocketman, the Elton movie. See y'all. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
All right.
I
That
swear.
was a
I could
tiny
have gotten your
dancer.
shoulders and you still wouldn't be as tall as you.
Awesome. So, Rocketman didn't win the box office over the weekend.
No, but it's gonna win awards.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Heavy. I mean, that guy is talented. He can sing, he can act. And Elton John, those are the biggest shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Literally.
That would
like
be
6'6" platform.
It's a good thing they became friends first because then I think that made him a little more comfortable. Otherwise, I don't know, like that would just be impossible. Remy Malek did it last year.
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
so-
but Freddie Mercury is dead and not gonna
That's
see
true.
the movie.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
going to be watching the premiere next to you
Exactly.
at
And
Cannes.
also, to that point, with this
Good
movie,
point.
Freddie Mercury, you know, they expose a lot of stuff. You know, Freddie doesn't really have to worry about its impact
That's
because he's
true.
no longer with
No.
us. Elton has to, he reveals a lot about his
Oh,
family. It's going to be
good.
awkward at
All the
Thanksgiving.
movies,
yeah.
all the feelings.
Now, when we talk about Taron Egerton performing, we talked about, you know, Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury, but he didn't really do any of the singing. Taron
No.
is all over this.
This is
Killed it.
crazy. And I heard that Elton John first saw him singing in the animated movie Sing.
That's
so he
right.
first heard him, so that's where he thought, hey,
Wow.
this guy might be able to play me and
Nice.
knock it out of the park.
Wow.
So we talked about all that. Take a look.
I talked to Jamie Foxx one time about Ray Charles, the Ray movie, and I said, could you have completed that part at that level having not met Ray Charles and spent time with him? And he said, absolutely not. So I ask you the same.
I think it's an interesting point, and you know I talked to Jamie a lot in the run up to making this, and I think there is something really beneficial about sitting opposite the person you're playing, because you just kind of that human connection really. It feels like it feeds into it. I mean, look, you know, it's obviously not a prerequisite. You can turn in a world-changing performance like Rami did in Bohemian Rhapsody, having never met Freddie.
Yeah.
But I think I found it really helpful. I found it really personalised the whole thing and made it feel important in a different way.
You know, I have a remarkable opportunity. I win someone that's about to be known for one of the greatest musical performances in cinema history.
Well, that's
so,
very kind.
Can we play some Elton John Hot Potato? I'll belt out poorly a line or half a line, and if you could finish just the word or the phrase or the lyric. Don't you know? Goodbye.
No, I've got a new rule about singing, that only when it's a full, complete performance. Because otherwise it becomes a bit like a party trick.
I saw him sing for at least 5 other people. I thought, maybe he'll sing with me. He talked about singing with Elton John. Didn't really work out. And I understand he's got a long road because he's going to be talking about this movie from now until March when he gets the Academy nomination. I guarantee it. All right, coming up next, something for the kids, Secret Life of Pets 2. We'll be sitting down with its multitude of stars next. Hey, and welcome back. It is Extra Butter. Now's the time where we get into the fun summer movies about to open up. The next movie you have to go see if you have kids. So,
Or
Kelly,
pets.
you hate children. I don't know about you.
Whoa, you can't say that. People at home, I love kids. I do not have children myself.
What were you talking about birth control
I
though, Kelly?
do take birth control all the time. However, I love kids. Don't tell people I hate kids.
Well, I love kids.
I love other people's
I'm the one that
kids.
takes people's kids to the movie.
I just needed a quick way to get to the fact that, Maria, you probably have someone of the right demographic to go see this movie.
I love how I'm the youngest one here, and I'm the one with the kid. Yeah, my daughter actually loved the first movie, and she is obsessed with the second because she's such an animal fanatic.
Right.
She loves animals. She is that kid that's always bringing in squirrels that she finds, or taking in cats that aren't hers. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in the movie?
Oh, Snowball.
Oh,
I love Snowball.
Chloe's mine, the cat. If you have a cat at home in that morning scene where the cat's on top and shaking your head, that's what cats do.
No.
Exactly it.
I love that scene. Snowball is one of my favorite things in this movie. Kevin Hart reprises his role.
Yes.
I got to see early clips of this at CinemaCon, and something almost disastrous took place. We talked about it. Take a look.
One of the earliest times I saw you talking about this, I was at CinemaCon and they had you and Tiffany come out, and someone thought, you know, how cute would it be to have them carrying the live example of what they're going to be in this movie?
Yep.
How'd that work out?
Didn't work out good for me. Didn't work out good for me at all.
I'm pretty sure in many countries you're married to that rabbit now.
You know, they didn't want me to. They wanted me to do the whole bit with the bunny, and I was like, I don't understand why I need to take the bunny. Why do y'all want me to hold the bunny? And they're like, oh, it'd be so nice. We got a Shih Tzu for Tiffany, and you can have the bunny. I'm like, yeah, man, we don't know what that bunny gonna do. That's my biggest fear. What's the bunny gonna do?
Right.
It's gonna be fine. Trust me, it's gonna be good. Man, as soon as I got out there, that bunny did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. That bunny started acting a fool. That bunny started scratching my chest, trying to hop out my hand. I'm holding the bunny because I don't want to be the guy to let the bunny go. The bunny go run. People chase the bunny. I'm trying my best to save face and go on with the moment, and it ended up just it was very funny. But it's very real.
Well, I'm thinking, I've tried the whole bunnies for live shots and stuff like that before. Now, a Shih Tzu will let you nestle it all day long. A bunny, if it wants out, I'm thinking...
Bunny get the hopping. It get a little dangerous.
That's right.
I don't care what nobody say.
You said, I think this bunny's making love with me. And I thought, yeah, and at the same time, he's probably playing it off because that bunny's probably scarring you for life.
Yeah, bunny pooped in my hand, too. That's a true story.
Kevin Hart is amazing in both of his roles in this movie.
How about Harrison Ford?
How about getting that name? That's amazing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I still love Harrison Ford. He's always up there for me. That man.
Well,
That's an old cougar. That's
we
a
all
cougar.
know Mark loves Harrison Ford. I wonder why Mark
Because I'm a big old Star Wars geek. You know that. And I could have brought that up in every interview, but I didn't. But
We are too, and we still didn't go with you.
I'm a big Saturday Night Live geek as well, and I tried to calm down in the room with legend Dana Carvey, but I didn't. Take a look.
Thank you. I wrote, produced, and directed the film. And did all the voices.
Thanks for giving me the exclusive, because to read the notes, you would think other people were involved in all of that.
I know.
It's only now that I'm realizing.
Yes, that was fake news. Totally fake. Excuse me, many people. Excuse me, many people. Excuse me, many people. Sorry. I don't know why I did Donald Trump right then. But anyway, Secret Life of Pets 2. Secret Life of Pets 2.
Yeah.
This one is funnier.
That was a hard segue, by the way. You just went right for it.
Funnier and better than the first one. Never liked the first one that much. No, I'm kidding. But this one's really good.
If Johnny Carson were here today introducing this movie, how would he do it?
It's a movie that's kind of for the whole family. It's got a lot of fun stuff in there. They have some jokes that go high and low, you know, a lot of frisky, and I'd say sit back, have a strawberry boom boom from Slippery Tim's, and enjoy the show.
Yes! you are correct, sir. See, it's funny. My impression of Johnny Carson is truly Dana Carvey's impression. I'm doing Dana Carvey. Yeah, yes, that's right, Ed. Did you notice I tried to get a little, yes! I tried to be a part of that.
It was good. Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So I would love being in these movies, but I want to be in these movies for the merchandise.
Oh, hell yeah. 1,000%.
Yes.
That's exactly what I talked to Patton Oswalt about and Jenny Slate. Where do we know Jenny Slate?
Yo, Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Artemis,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep, I love Jenny Slate.
Take a look.
I remember when I first talked to you about your first foray into animation. You said the good thing is that it's with Disney/Pixar, but Disney. But the bad news is that now every child in the woodwork that I never knew is coming out of the woodwork for merch. Do you find this happening?
People want merch. People love merch, you know, but these characters are also so cute.
No,
So I think it's more than ever. Yeah.
You say that, the Secret Life of Pets, because everybody's got an animal, everybody can relate. And I was
Yeah.
just walking past like the hospitality desk and they've got toys. Don't think I didn't think about stealing stuff just
yeah.
5 minutes
Adorable.
ago.
They look really cute.
Yeah,
you
they're
should
great.
grab one.
They?
Yeah.
Are you giving me the sign off?
Hey, you know what? Don't drag me into this. I'm just saying in general.
Patton said,
Philosophically,
steal.
you should.
Okay.
Patton said,
Yeah.
take it.
All right. As cliche as this question is, I would like to know, is there anything you do share with your character? Is there any trait?
Oh yeah, I share a lot with Gidget. I'm very optimistic, and I think I can be very brave when something really matters to me, and also I'm a little love bug. Yeah.
I am, with Max, I am very, very enthusiastic, and that enthusiasm is tied directly in with my neuroses and anxieties, and I don't know where they separate anymore, and so that is very much what I share with Max.
I can't hear his voice without thinking Remy the Rat from Ratatouille.
Word.
And Jenny Slate's awesome. What do you know about Lake Bell? Got any dirt on Lake Bell?
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
She's that perfect, dry, sarcastic
does.
comedy.
Yes,
Great
I
timing.
love that.
Great timing,
I
too.
love that.
I sat down with her next to another SNL great, Bobby Moynihan. Take a look.
Yeah.
So talk about coming back. How was it?
It was a blast. It's always wonderful. I enjoy the Pets franchise. I'm glad that we're a part of it. And the second one, we get to see a lot more of where these guys are going now, and some new adventures and outside of the apartment.
Yeah. Right.
I think that's why this movie's great, is because we always keep the adventure going, right? I think that's really fun for parents and kids alike. The humor obviously will always be there, but then also there's lovely messages, and I think in this world where everything can be quite, negative, it's a very sweet-spirited movie, but it's also really hilarious. So.
Not enough time. Hey, speaking of Harrison Ford, you're not the only one that was geeked out about that. The guy from Modern Family, Eric
Stonestreet.
Stonestreet also. Take a look.
Now, the sad thing about making these movies, often you're never even in the same room with the voice talent that you share this with.
Yeah.
Were you kind of bummed out that you weren't going to be next to Han Solo?
I was in the booth when it hadn't been announced yet that Harrison Ford was going to be in the movie, and I went in for a recording session, and I think Chris Renaud, the director, and Brian were in the session, and they're like, well, just found out some pretty cool news of somebody that's going to be in the movie. I'm like, who? Harrison Ford. I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. But I knew right then and there, I'm like, we're not going to be in the booth with him. My best chance of meeting him and saying hi to him is at something like this. But he's an icon, and just the fact that he signed on as this is his first, voiceover job or foray into animation speaks, volumes about the franchise. I mean, he makes a huge impact, just his name, and his voice is amazing as Rooster. I mean, you just know it the moment you hear it.
Man, we could have done 2 half-hour specials on this show. There's so many people in the cast.
So many comedic treasures in this movie.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
amazing.
And all of them know how to translate their characters to animated characters.
Oh, yeah.
So I love
How to
it.
translate like
Hey,
their
by the
comedy.
way, I'm hireable. Steph Sanders will do that too. So
I'm here.
All right.
I have a voice.
If you have the kids or you're a kid at heart, I highly recommend you go see Secret Life of Pets 2. How about you?
Oh, for sure. I'm going to go do it again.
Even if you hate, even if you don't have kids,
You know what?
you can go see it, because you can, even if you love animals, you guys.
And I would take the kids. I would take your kids to go see it.
I'll
so I won't look weird. I'm going to see it 3 times.
I'll go with you and your daughter. See?
There you go,
Yeah.
see? Just sit on the other side, but.
While you're doing that, if the rest of you are looking for something a little bit more independent, back to award season fanfare, Last Black Man in San Francisco's got it. We'll tell you why next. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for another exciting award edition of Extra Butter. Feeling summer, you guys? All right, in the middle of all the giant movies like your Godzillas, like your Rocketmans, there are also some indie fare like Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yep.
What's one word that describes this movie? Anybody got it?
Beautiful.
Poignant.
Art piece. That's 2 words. but
Gentrification.
Yes.
Now, tie all those words together, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I've only read about it. I know this movie is coming, but the guy behind that camera right there, come on over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Julian.
Please welcome Julian. Put that in selfie mode.
There we go.
Hey, Julian, it's the world. The world, it's Julian.
What up, Julian?
Okay, so Julian, you went to the big red carpet premiere of The Last Black Man in San Francisco. What can you tell us about the movie?
It's loosely based off the main character, Jimmy Fell's life.
Yeah?
And it's about gentrification. His grandfather built this house, but the house essentially got taken away during gentrification, and the house becomes being worth $4 million.
So most people can't access the house again.
No more. So he finds a way to kind of, people that were living in the house move out, and he makes his way in.
And are they friends, the director and the main
Yeah, best
star?
friends growing up. And where we premiered it, that's where they worked.
Wow.
So yeah, it was like a home away from home. Yeah.
This is their story. Yeah.
What was it being like being around Danny Glover?
Oh man, that's an icon right there. So legend for sure. Yeah, especially and then it's his hometown, so he's just as excited. He asked to be in the movie.
Right, and then he caught up with him on the red carpet. What did you talk about?
Gentrification.
Jimmy said that it was you that called him to be a part of this film. Can you explain on what grabbed you to be a part of it?
What they did, they gave me the script, and I said, well, it's not a lot to do. And they said, come on, Mr. G, we need you to be. I said, well, guy like that. I said, hey, man, let's do it. But they're true. You know, I love their ingenuity, their imagination, and the fact that they made something that about their stories, you know, about their life, you know, and that's extraordinary, you know. And I think that this city, this is not going to simply a San Francisco movie. This movie, where we see gentrification is happening in major cities, removal of African Americans from those major cities. I don't care if it's Cincinnati to Cleveland. I don't care if it's from Harlem itself, whatever. All those are things, are real dynamics that are happening. And we're going to have to find some sort of way in which we kind of leverage the conversation. What do we mean by community? What do we mean by diversity?
Danny Glover is awesome. Anybody else have known in this movie?
Tashina Arnold.
Hey, she was on Martin.
She was.
I was on Martin.
There you
go.
guys.
We're on Martin.
Yeah, hold on. Hal, roll the clip. Look, take a look. That's me in this scene with SNL legend Garrett Morris and Martin Lawrence. That's me right there with the kid play Vanilla Ice type hair.
Wow. Bring that back.
I will. Did she ask about me? Did she talk about me?
Maybe.
Did she talk about his blonde hair?
All the things? All the things?
Yeah.
Take a look. My host wants to know, do you remember him when he was on the one episode of Martin? Who? Marcus Allen. Who? Marcus Allen. You were on Martin? Who's Marcus Allen? My host in Sacramento. Marcus, I don't remember your
Oh, great. Thanks for that. Take your camera back, too.
Wait, were you the one that they had to have removed off the set that day?
Yes, I probably was.
I read an article about that.
Anyway, back to Last Black Man in San Francisco. Julian, give me a thumbs up in front of your camera if you recommend it. Can't wait to check it out. Coming up next, if you want to stay at home, maybe brush up on your Netflix, might I recommend...
Always Be My Maybe.
Yes, exactly. Imagine, if you will, When Harry Met Sally, set in an Asian world. It's kind of awesome, and it's coming to you next. Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter. We're in a luxurious theater setting now, but we want to talk about what's on home video. First of all, starting with Netflixable.
Yes, okay. This is the realest rom-com I've ever seen. Always Be My Maybe with Ali Wong in Randall Park, and an amazing director, which you guys might be familiar with her work, fresh off the boat.
Nahnatchka Khan.
Yes.
What did you guys talk about?
We talked about a plethora of things, including a scene that could be true to life. Take a look.
Ooh.
So are any of your real life experiences, this is a question for all three, are they portrayed in this film? Besides the obvious Corolla incident, I mean, maybe.
Well, that's also a good segue.
Yeah, that's
I see you smiling over there. Give me the goods.
Oh, I'm not smiling. I'm feeling very bad right now. I wish this wouldn't have come up. But
Oh, now I gotta know it. Like this, I already know the segment I'm running.
no, but yeah, that whole losing virginity scene was based on real life events. It just kind of came up. We were talking about the story, and I offered this fact about my life, and these two were like, let's do it. And I was like, what? Okay.
That is an awesome plot line, truly weaving in how you lost your virginity.
You need to watch this because I'm telling you, most rom-coms are sugar-coated, but not this one. It is so true to life and the realest comedy. You'll be laughing the entire time, and you'll be like, yep, I got that. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. Also, Tyler Perry promises that Madea's Family Funeral is the last Madea movie ever. We'll see about that. But we did talk about how long these types of funerals are.
Madea Family Funeral, the bulk of this movie is the funeral.
Yeah. Well, you've never been to a black funeral?
I have been to a black funeral.
How long did it last?
Long. I don't keep track of such things.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Like sitting in a funeral for 4 hours going, okay.
Long enough that my self-winding watch stopped.
Yeah, that's the long funeral. Yeah.
What's the longest funeral you've ever been to?
It was Aretha's funeral, honestly.
Aw.
It was 12 hours, yeah.
But that's a beautiful thing.
It was a beautiful service. She was the queen of soul. She deserved every minute of it. But yeah, it was the longest funeral I've ever been to.
Did you take some breaks during that 12 hours?
I had to go eat and come back. Yeah,
Okay.
Because I had to, my sugar was dropping. There were people fainting in the back of the place.
Hey, we squeezed 150 pounds of action into this 10-pound bag of show we call Extra Butter. For more of it, go to Extra Butter TV. Check out our YouTube channel to find these fine people on social media. Where do we find you?
Maria Gloria with 2 A's.
Oh, you're good at fluffing that. Kelly Savannah Dean.
He's a good fluffer.
You are.
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. Grown man head, 12-year-old body.
I'm TV Marcus Allen. I don't know what we're pointing at, so I'm just going to do this too.
Complaints.
See ya.
Complaints.